This week, the world commemorates the 80th anniversary of D-Day, the historic Allied invasion of Normandy during World War II. CBN News contributor and former U.S. Army Ranger Chuck Holton visited the site. He brings us this story of the enduring legacy of those who fought for freedom.
On June 6, 1944, the course of world history changed as Allied forces launched a massive invasion on the beaches of Normandy. Among thousands of brave soldiers who risked everything that day was Tech Sergeant Charles Leonard Jones, whose story of courage and sacrifice is being brought to light by his great-nephew, Mark Tomlin.
My grandma remembers when he was right before he left for war. She was about 4 years old, and he would play catch with her and roll the ball back and forth. And she has a vivid memory of him smiling and laughing before he left, and that was the last time she ever saw him.
Tech Sergeant Jones survived the initial assault on D-Day only to be killed in action on July 4th. Tomlin is the first of his family to visit Jones' grave, making this a deeply personal journey to honor his great-uncle's sacrifice.
He made it almost a month after landing here on D-Day. His father found out what had happened one day when they came with the flags and he saw them outside. He just knew that his son was dead. This June, another force will arrive on these shores, as more than 10,000 are expected to commemorate 80 years since the invasion. Many will visit Pointe du Hoc, a symbol of the spirit and sacrifices made to defend freedom.
If the invasion was going to be a success on June 6, 1944, the 2nd and 5th Ranger battalions had to take these cliffs here at Pointe du Hoc. It fell to them because they're the premier light infantry unit in the U.S. military. And they were going to have to fire ropes up these 150-foot cliffs, climb up hand over hand, under fire, and take these coastal defense batteries. And so the commander of the 29th Infantry Division, Brigadier General Cota, wanted to give the Rangers some encouragement before they embarked on their mission. So he came to the lead element of the 5th Ranger Battalion and said, "What unit is this?" And they said, "It's the Rangers, sir." And he said, "Well, then, Rangers, lead the way." That became the official motto for the 75th Ranger Regiment that's still used by the Army Rangers even to this day.
This year's commemoration also brings controversy, as France has invited Russian representatives to attend the event despite Vladimir Putin's ongoing aggression against Ukraine and the West.
To say that it's sobering to walk among the graves of these more than 9,000 Americans who gave their lives back in 1944 here at Normandy Beach is the height of understatement. But it makes me think not just of the lives and the futures that these people gave up, but the fact that they gave them not just to liberate America, but to bring the ideal of America to another continent. And it makes me wonder how many Americans today would be willing to make such a sacrifice again.
There's a level of responsibility you feel to carry on for what he died for.
As the number of living D-Day veterans dwindles, thousands gather to commemorate this pivotal moment in history and reflect on the challenges the world faces today. Stories of veterans like Tech Sergeant Jones serve as an important reminder of the high cost of freedom and the unwavering spirit of those who fought to defend it. From the hallowed grounds of Normandy, France, I'm Chuck Holton for CBN News.
What a special generation, and I'm so happy that the occasion is still commemorated here. 80 years, hard to believe. And isn't it humbling? Isn't it humbling to think of those boys, those young men, those boys advancing onto that beach, the sacrifice, the courage, incredible. And it wasn't just a one-day event. As they advanced mile by mile, this was weeks into months of self-sacrifice. And it just makes us think now, if you see a veteran any age in the military, pay them honor and respect and gratitude for their sacrifice, and continue to pray for our military families now. They covet our prayers and certainly deserve them.